We interrupt this transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
How's everyone doing tonight? Woo! It's Wednesday. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. With Karina ready in her chair. And almost 10 whole people watching from home. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? It's time for the ThinkSoJoE Show!
Yeah, I should have overdubbed that to say Tuesday. Look at that, you even got your own lower third.
Awesome.
You don't use Twitter, I know. You've never. You have an account, but you don't use it.
No,
but
don't.
I always use the Twitter accounts. So, into the microphone. Into the microphone. This is John.
Hello.
John is the drummer for the Living Braindead, and John is filling in for Karina, who is busy at work. She got a promotion, and tonight's her first day as a manager.
That's awesome.
So cool. She we're going to a show tomorrow night at Riverworks, and she was like, well, let's do the show on Tuesday. And then she was like, hey, I'm working Tuesday. I'm like, aren't we doing the show Tuesday? And so here we are. John was kind enough to drive all the way the hell out here twice in 1 week, 3 times in 1 week, because you were at the memorial, the benefit on Muller Mania on Saturday night.
It's a really awesome show.
Then you came over here on Sunday, and we watched AEW's All Out pay-per-view.
That was a really good show.
And now you're back here. So Karina has a real job, unlike Joe, says Laura. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have a real job. Real job. What's your definition of a real job?
Not really.
I put him on the spot.
Yeah. Speechless.
Real job. Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, we can't all be actresses, right, Laura? Anyway. Real job. Anyway, my job today is to tell you all about the Music is Art Festival coming up this Saturday. We're going to talk about that at length. Maybe not at length, but we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some bands that are playing that show. We're going to play some bands that are playing that show. We are not playing that show. We applied. We got a rejection letter. We did. Did I tell you we got a tell you we got it? We did. We got an actual rejection email saying, "Oh, but there so many people applied, so we'd only had so many spots." Like, okay. We wouldn't have been ready anyway, so good.
Maybe next year.
Oh, well, come see us October 9th, Tudor Lounge, all WNY Punk Show, Living Braindead, Johnny Revolting, Lucky 33, and Tsunami Surprise. That's going to be a great show. You looking forward to that one?
Oh,
I'm sure. How do you feel? You ready to get back into playing?
I'm dying to get back to playing. It's been killing me.
I mean, we've been dealing with so much, ever since our last, actual show back in, what was it, March last year we played with Head PE, and now we're sitting here so close, just a month away, just over a month away from finally being back on stage. We probably would have been back sooner, except we lost a family member, and then you had similar surgery.
Yeah.
Told me the other day you almost died.
Yeah, actually. But I'm glad I'm still here. Ready to get back into it. I'm cleared, so.
I'm glad you're still here, too, and that Kevin and I didn't have to bring you back from the dead just to kill you. But I mean, that sounded like a pretty harrowing experience.
Oh, yeah.
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 He doesn't elaborate much.
No,
He
no.
just lots of yeses and anyway. It's all good. It's all good. Just I'll try to carry you through this.
Okay.
We got 2 hours of content to fill. We're only at 4 minutes in, so feel free to jump in and join the conversation.
Got a long road.
Yeah, so Muller Mania was Saturday night. We had some great bands on that show, Poison and Prose, XM Priory, Inherent Vice, their last show, man. And Tokyo Monsters had a surprise, like, Twin Lions reunion in the middle of the show.
I killed it.
Oh, it was amazing. Dedicated to Brian and Big John Studd, and Brian would have got that joke, and I also got that joke because Brian and I went and saw Twin Lions at Mohawk, and just every single song they dedicated to, like, a dead wrestler. Like, this one's for the Rocket Owen Hart, you know? and Brian just loved that bit, just loved that gag, and he would talk about it sometimes at practice, too, like, he would, jokingly dedicate songs at practice to, like, dead wrestlers. And so he would have greatly appreciated that. Inherent Vice playing their last show in tribute to him. As I said during my intro to them, I used to go see Inherent Vice with Brian all the time. And we'd always, after the show, be like, man, that was the best they've ever played. Every single show was better than the last. So that last show is the best show they will ever play.
Actually, my first time and my last time seeing them.
How'd you like it? You enjoyed it?
They were really
okay.
They blew my mind. Yeah.
Had you seen XM Priory prior to Saturday night?
Actually, yes.
Okay. They've got a new member since the last time I saw them in person, anyway. Which the last time I watched XM Priory play in person was way before the Living Braindead was a thing. Because they had their previous guitar player who ended up leaving the band. Let's leave it at that. And then I filled in for a show. They called me up and they said, hey, how you feeling about playing guitar? I'm like, dude, I haven't played guitar in like 10 years. What are you asking me if I want to play guitar for? You know? And they're like, nah, dude, you could do this. You could do this. You totally can do this. So, hey, Karina, you're looking like John tonight. She's as quiet as John tonight, too. If you've ever been to a Living Braindead show, we do have John talk during the shows.
Yeah.
We ask him, John, what's the name of this song?
They always put me on the spot.
He has to think about it. I mean, it's hard to come up with the words "gur arg." Anyway, I played with XM Priory for one show, and then they went in a different direction, which was cool because I knew, like, as soon as they told me, like, okay, as soon as I play this one show with them, I'm gonna go start something else. I don't know what. I'm gonna go start something, and then I started the Living Braindead, and that brought us together, and allowed Brian and I to get to finally play together, and Kevin and I to finally start a band together after all these years of... Kevin and I have known each other since high school, back in the 90s. And we were talking about starting a band then. And finally, once I was like, hey, who wants to start a band? He's like, I sing. Like, okay, you're in. And, Brian was, Paul's in the chat here. He said, I went with Big John Studd because that was the one Brian had the biggest pop for. Reformed Living Braindead. Yes, Laura, Reformed Living Braindead. I previously had a project that I was going to call the Living Braindead with some friends of mine from high school. It was after my old band split up. It was like, hey, guys, let's just do a bunch of let's do like a post-grunge kind of thing. We'll play like some Nirvana covers and shit, and we'll just play whatever the fuck comes to mind and start writing shit. And we got one practice. We had a drummer show up to audition, and unbeknownst to us, there was another band like 2 doors down. So we're like trading riffs with this other band, playing like Breaking the Law or was it Breaking? Yeah, Breaking the Law. So, but that didn't go anywhere. So when it came time to start this band, it was like, so guys, I have this band name that I've been sitting on for years, and everybody liked it, and here we are. So anyway, yeah, Brian loved that bit, Paul. Really did. Absolutely. It just popped for that every time. So my old band before the first Living Braindead, ThinkSoJoE. So I was thinking about, like, first of all, I didn't say shit that I wanted to say about Brian while I was hosting Muller Mania. because my whole outlook was like, I had it all in my head. I didn't write anything down. I had it all in my head. So I'm like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start off and I'm going to talk about, people know me as ThinkSoJoE and also some people know me by my, government name, Joe Kent, and, just like Brian was, Beely Muller as a musician, but he was Brian to those of us who, knew him personally. And, I was going to say something along the lines of like, 9 years ago, Beely Muller, or 8 years ago, whatever it was, Beely Muller walks in this dark, dingy, disgusting, dirty basement in North Buffalo and meets ThinkSoJoE. And then later on, we become good friends and, to a point where I was telling you this story the other day, where when Brian and another close friend of mine had a falling out, Brian was a good enough friend to be like, dude, you guys have been friends a lot longer. You guys are real tight. I will bow out and not hang out while he's around, just out of respect to you. And, but Brian first met that guy, because I brought Brian in to, just jam with, he was my old bass player. So Brian came to jam with me and him and audition a drummer. And that practice wound up spawning the band Diceros, which Brian and I had nothing, were not in, had nothing to do with, but that practice spawned that band. Your first band was ThinkSoBrain, then you had the Living Braindead, then the ThinkSoBrain, no, I only had the one ThinkSoBrain. There was ThinkSoBrain, there was ThinkSoBrain like 2.0, and then there was the prototype Living Braindead, and then I did nothing for 9 years. And then I was in XM Priory, and now I'm in the Living Braindead. So, to answer the questions in the YouTube chat there, I need to get like a unified chat for everybody so everybody can see everybody else's chats. I wonder if I could do that. That's something I should look into. Because I see all these, I see everything. I see the YouTube, the Twitch, the Facebook. But anyway, so that was one of the things. And then that was like one of the things I really wanted to talk about that I never got out. Because like, as soon as I got up on stage to introduce Poison and Prose, there's one mic. I didn't think about this. There's one mic. Cam's sitting in front of it. So I'm like leaning over his shoulder like, yeah, so Brian met me in a dingy, disgusting basement. But yeah, Brian and I went and did like everything. And Brian wasn't even supposed to be in the Living Braindead. He was filling in. He was a placeholder until we found a bass player. And he goes, man, that was fun. You want to keep doing it? Yeah. So, but yeah, it's, there was a lot of stuff I wanted to, and I'm like, the whole time, I'm thinking like, I feel like I'm almost, I feel like I'm not talking enough about Brian. Especially like I went up to introduce XM Priory. They were second band. And they ran through a song for sound check. And then they're like, yeah, that was the sound check. And they're like getting ready to launch into their first song. So I'm like, I don't want to keep them up here just holding this note. So I'm just like, yeah, here's XM Priory. So, Laura says you look like a wrestler, but she can't think of the wrestler's name.
Okay.
So you got that look. You got the half shaved head, on the sides, and got the little, the red-headed look there. So like a Buddy Murphy maybe, or an Alistair Black a little bit.
Yeah.
You and Cam both, except Cam is a lot bigger than you. So
I don't know about the Seamus or no.
Maybe you got to get the spiky thing going,
Spiky
or the mohawk. You could be like the bar Seamus. You don't just set the bar. You are the bar. Anyway, Lash LaRue. Paul coming through with the Lash LaRue reference from WCW. That's going way back. Okay. You came over for All Out. Brian would have fucking loved that show. Brian would have just Brian and I used to talk wrestling the entire drive to your house. Your house is not a short drive, as you can attest to. You've driven out here 3 times in the last few days. So You stole Jason Jett's haircut? Who's that? Do you know?
Oh.
I don't know either. Anyway, but we used to talk wrestling all the time, so I think, you know, and I know Brian loved Ruby Soho, and, you know, he would have just loved that show the other day, especially Ruby Soho, you know, now having that name and that theme music and being in that company, you know. So I think, you know, he would have really loved that show, just like we did. We watched on a 100-inch projector screen. You walked in the house, you're like, we at the movies? WCW, Jason Jett, WCW. We're gonna have to look this up now, because I'm not remembering Jason Jett. Oh, Easy Money, that guy. Okay. I could see that with the haircut.
I can see that. Yeah.
A little bit. I don't know. That looks like late era dying days of WCW. It was Easy Money and ECW. Okay. There you go. There's all the information I don't even need to look anything up. I just got the chat section here. They'll answer any questions I have, I guess. Yeah, that's almost an obscure reference, I think. You got me with that one. But then again, who was watching WCW in the dying days, other than for Daphne, who just unfortunately just passed away last week? That was a scary night, man. I didn't see much of the live stream she was doing, but it was Wednesday night. It was during Dynamite, and I saw somebody post something about, you know, somebody check on Daphne. This live stream is awful, and I clicked over, and she was like in hysterics, and her phone kept getting knocked over, and just like somebody's trying to call her. Her phone keeps ringing. People in the chat are like Shannon, answer your phone. And I'm like, I can't watch this. And then, like, you know, the next day you heard she died. I guess, I don't know if they just couldn't get to her in time or what, but, you know, that's why at the end of this show every week you see the suicide prevention. You know, I'll put it up right now. You got the suicide prevention hotline, 1-800-273-8255. You know, if you're, you know, if that's a situation you find yourself in, you're worried, you know, you don't know who to turn to, that's the number you call, 1-800-273-8255. So, you know, that's why I throw that up at the end of every show every week. You know, we want everybody to be able to get the help and, you know, anything that they need. So
We all been through depression, so.
Oh, for sure. Definitely. I mean, you know, it's, you know, you gotta, I don't want to say just power through, because some people, you know, I have that ability. I'm fortunate. I'm very lucky to have that ability to be like, okay, that happened, it's done, in the past. I know a lot of people don't, and that's why there are things like the suicide prevention hotline, crisis services, things like that. So, you know, if you're feeling down, you're feeling depressed, you know, that's a great resource to reach out to. And I mean, like, you know, I'm a busy guy, but my DMs are always open if you need somebody to talk to. So, Sid in his tiny car, Laura loved in the dying days of WCW. I mean, I was probably watching, but like, I had picture-in-picture, right? So I got the WWF on the big screen, and then WCW with no sound in the little tiny corner. Unlike now, where I could watch everything all at once with sound, but like, so I would imagine for the most part I was probably watching WCW in 2000, 2001, but probably down in the bottom corner while I'm watching Raw. Could you imagine saying that now? Raw's the best show on TV? What the hell? Man, has that fallen.
Yeah.
I was watching, I watched the whole show in an hour last night. I've been doing this every Monday now. I DVR it. I start watching at 9 o'clock, at 10 o'clock. Finished it I was caught up by the main event. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm watching this. But, yeah, no, you know. But Daphne somebody posted just a month or so ago. They were like, who remembers Daphne from WCW? And I replied like, oh, you mean the only reason to watch WCW in the 2000s? And Daphne saw that tweet and she liked it. And that I started following her right around that time, just maybe a month ago. And now, you know, she's gone. So, You know, she was definitely one of my favorites all throughout her, you know, WCW, her TNA run, like all that. So, you know, but definitely, you know, there are options, there are numbers you could call, people you could talk to, you know, so definitely, you know, no, we don't want to lose people, man.
No.
We don't.
Your life matters, so.
It's bad enough when we lose people to natural causes, man, like, or you know, just complications or whatever. Like, you know, we'd rather you be in our inbox and talking to us and know you're still here than have to, you know, go to your funeral, throw a benefit show for you. You know what I mean? Like, so that was, which I will say one thing about Monday Night Raw this week is Nikki Cross had Daff written on her tape on her arm. So nice little tribute there. But anyway, talking about getting into wrestling, and of course, you know, this past Sunday night, CM Punk had his first match.
That was a really awesome match. It's like he never stopped wrestling.
I saw a GIF earlier of it was side by side. It was Bret Hart and the 1-2-3 Kid on Raw, and CM Punk and Darby Allin at All Out. And there was a spot where, like, right at the beginning of the match, where Darby Allin hits him with that you know, arm drag, and then Punk just sits up and he goes, just that little head nod. And right side by side, there's this GIF of 1-2-3 Kid doing the same thing to Bret Hart and Bret having the same reaction. So it was a nod to a match from Monday Night Raw from the early 90s that I completely missed until I saw somebody mention it. And I still didn't think much of it, but then I finally saw the, like, side by side. It's like, oh, I see. That's a nice little Easter egg there. And of course, Adam Cole debuting at the end of the show. Nice, like, I popped. I didn't expect that.
I didn't expect that either.
And of course, we all kind of knew Bryan Danielson was coming. Because my buddy Cassidy at bodyslam.net basically told everybody he was coming at All Out. And I've talked to Cassidy since then. He said he was nervous the whole night because he put it out there. He said they moved Bryan Danielson's debut up to All Out from the New York show in a couple of weeks. And he was nervous. He was nervous that you know, Bryan Danielson wasn't going to show up. Luckily, he did. I'm like, dude, why would you even be nervous? Like, so what if you're wrong? Like, if anybody got their hopes up over something that AEW never actually said was happening, not happening, that's on them. That's not on you, dude. So, you know, that's cool. It was a good show, really good show. Maybe it was one of those nights. You know, there's a lot of times nowadays where I'm just sitting there watching wrestling, especially on Monday nights, where I'm like, what am I doing? Why do I still do this? Of course, the answer is I basically get paid to watch wrestling. Why do I still do this? And then there's nights like Sunday where I'm just like, oh, this is why I still do this. Because this, you know, wrestling is still capable of being fun and enjoyable, something to watch and something that can surprise me. Because even though you knew Bryan Danielson was coming to AEW, and you knew Ruby Soho was coming to AEW, like, even though you knew, you still had that little bit of doubt. Because they never said, oh, this person's coming, this person's coming. They let you know, but they don't tell you. They don't hit you over the head with it. They give you, you know, little subtle hints here and there. You hear the rumors on the internet, but you never know for sure. When Adam Cole came out, I'm like, oh, maybe Bryan Danielson's not showing up in AEW, and maybe Cassidy was wrong. I have now learned not to doubt my buddy. He seems to know what he's talking about. Anyway, yeah. It's a good show. So, what did you think of that screen, that projector? How'd you enjoy that experience?
Like you said, felt like I was at the movies. Like should have got like popcorn or something.
Should have got popcorn. We got pizza.
Yeah.
Did that. I was going to order from like the place down the street, and Like, I don't want to call and talk to anybody. Who the fuck does that anymore? You know what I mean? So I'm trying to use their website, and it's just not, there's nothing. They're like, oh, we don't have any more times available. Like, okay, fuck you. I'm just going to order somewhere else then. Pizza was okay. It was from Just Pizza. But usually they cut it into squares, but I guess there's like 2 locations. This was the other location, and they're like, how do you want it cut? Like a fucking pizza. Who the fuck cuts a pie in squares? That's just the weirdest fucking thing that I never saw until I moved to Buffalo. Like in Niagara Falls, you order a pie, it's cut into fucking triangles. Like a fucking pie. I got to Buffalo, I ordered from this place, and the very first time I ordered from them, I have this fucking round pizza cut into squares. Like, what the fuck is that? I never saw that until I moved here. And it was just like, okay, I guess that's the way they do things here. And they're far from the only place that does it. It was a place called Chicken Pizza Works over on Abbott here. But, like, Just Pizza does it. Like, why? I don't know. I got this place in Columbus, Ohio I follow. It's called Mikey's Late Night Slice. I went there when I was in Columbus a couple of years ago. And for Valentine's Day, they do heart-shaped pizzas. I'm like, how the fuck do you cut that? And they're like, here's how you cut it. And they give me this great explanation. I still have no idea. But, yeah, Laura says, how do you cut a pizza into squares? It's round. Exactly. It makes no sense. I don't go, like, if I go to New York, they're not cutting it into squares. It's all giant fucking triangles. You know, Brian always hated Buffalo pizza. Oh, it just, because it's not New York pizza, and he's from New York, you know? I never got that. I never understood that, because I always hated New York-style pizza. Just like, why do I need a giant fucking slice? Like, why does it have to be that big? And then I went to New York, and I actually had, like, actual, authentic New York pizza. And it's like, oh, I get it now. Pizza in New York is different than New York-style pizza. It's just like buffalo wings are different from chicken wings from Buffalo. I've had this conversation with too many people. Like, oh, I'm ordering the buffalo wings. I'm like, yeah, you're ordering, they're called buffalo wings. But they wish they were wings made in Buffalo. You know, if you never had wings in Buffalo, you don't know. Just like I didn't have pizza from New York, so I didn't know. Pizza should be banned. John agrees with her, she says. I don't know. You didn't eat much of it. Neither did I, honestly. I actually just finished it today because it's just been sitting there. It's like easy to just grab a slice instead of like making myself anything to eat. You could get Sicilian in New York, Long Island, that is square, but it's also really thick, not thin, like square slices up here. Yeah, I get you. I don't, I never got the square thing. Like, it's round. I get, like, if it's a tray and it's a big, giant square pizza cut into square, I get that. But, like, why would you cut a pie into square? Like if I came to your house with a cheesecake, right? Round cheesecake, how, wouldn't it be fucking weird if I cut it into squares?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be like the strangest? Or like if I came to your house with a pumpkin pie, cut it in squares. Why would you do that to anything round? Let alone a pizza. Especially like Just Pizza, right? We ordered from Just Pizza. I didn't get the special crust. They usually when Karina and I order, we get like special crust, like honey barbecue crust or something like that. And all the flavor is like right around the edge of the pizza. Like right in between right at the edge of the crust. And so like you get that, but now it's cut into squares, right? So you have all the outside pieces all have the honey barbecue. Now you get these inside pieces, no crust, no flavoring. It's just fucking pizza. What the fuck am I ordering special crust for? Right? Anyway. Yeah. See, I don't need you to talk too much. I can rant for quite a while on my own. I'll just transition from one topic right to another one. Anyway, so Music is Art is coming up this Saturday at Riverworks. It's 11 a.m. until 12 a.m. this Saturday. Yes, I'm getting to it, Laura. Bunch of stages and a bunch of bands playing all day. What is that? There's 12 stages, it looks like, maybe. Something like that. And this first artist is... Nope, that's not the one. I have it typed up. Why am I even looking on there? This first artist is playing at 11:45. Here's what I did today. I took some artists that are playing at different times of the day, all on different stages. So we've got... And I put them in the order chronologically that they're playing. So at 11:45 a.m. on the Cheerios stage, because you can't have a thing right downtown near this General Mills factory without having a Cheerios stage, I guess, right? Because my city smells like Cheerios. Anyway, and I'll tell you a story about that when we come back. But this is Jay Aquarious. He's playing at 11:45 on the Cheerios stage this Saturday at Music is Art. This song is called Try and Figure Me Out on all WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.
Chillin', baby. Go on, big up yourself. Chillin', baby. With Jay Aquarious. Chillin', baby. Chillin', baby. Chillin', baby. Why you there trying to figure me out? Why you there trying to figure me out? Why you there trying to figure me out? Chillin', baby. Why you here trying to figure me out? Why you here trying to figure me out? Why you here trying to figure me out? I'm so tired of the mess and drama. Why are you bringing this to me whenever I'm around ya? I don't really care to know. Why you putting on a show? Why you there trying to figure me out? Why you there trying to figure me out? Why you there trying to figure me out? Why you here trying to figure me out? Why you here trying to figure me out? Why you here trying to figure me out? Winter is over, spring is here, so come on over. The water's just fine, so let me blow your mind. I don't know who really hurt you or what, but if we can't talk, you need a glue. Why you there trying to figure me out? Why you there trying to figure me out? Why you there trying to figure me out? Why you here trying to figure me out? Why you here trying to figure me out? Why you here trying to figure me out? I ain't worried. I ain't worried, babe. All that. I ain't worried. I ain't worried. All I want is you. Can't you see that? Well, can't you see that? Can you see it for you? Can you see it for us? Nah, you really want the mess, or you really want the stress when you rockin' with the best, baby? Yeah, and I ain't giving you no test, so you can let that shit to rest. You can hit the fucking left, baby. I just wanna enjoy you. Everything we do keeps me on you. Hot glued on you, though you always wanting to be right. Gon' make me say good night, baby. No goodbyes, baby. Come on. I don't know who really hurt you. I've been chillin', baby. When you wanna talk.
All right, that was Jay Aquarius on all WNY ThinkSoJoE Show. He's playing 11:45 at the Cheerios stage at Music is Art this Saturday down at Riverworks in the surrounding area. This has been a really big production over the past few years. Like, my first time going to Music is Art was when it was still in the GCR parking lot. And I went and saw my friend Heather play. I saw Clear play, and I got severely sunburnt and went home. Now I know to wear sunscreen and stay hydrated all day. And also now there's places to actually be indoors. at Music is Art. I've been to, I've been to like the Delaware Park one, or not the, the Delaware Park Music Guitar Art festivals. I've gone to see Brian play at those. Brian was in Lost Elysium, and he was also going to perform in a band called Transgender Jesus. And I was going, they lost a couple of people throughout the day, as far as like people who were going to be in their stage show. So I ended up getting drafted into their stage show. And then just nothing happened. Like, there was a huge thunderstorm during Lost Elysium, and they had to shut everything down. So Transgender Jesus never got to go on. And thankfully, Cute Is What We Aim For never got to go on either, because fuck them. Anyway. I don't know if you like that band, but they fucking suck as people. Brian and I made all WNY news because we were talking about the singer from Cute Is What We Aim For, saying that there's no such thing as rape culture. I was not in the band. I was not playing in the band, Transgender Jesus. Brian was playing. I was, I don't know what the fuck I was supposed to be doing. To be perfectly honest with you, I just kind of got drafted in to hold up a sign or some shit. I don't even know. Then there was the first, the first time at Riverworks was right after Brian left Lost Elysium. Brian and I went and watched Lost Elysium. And Brian left. He's like, I can't watch this. He walked away, called home. I stood there and watched, even though I'm just like, man, this is not good. Nothing against the guitar player they had. It was just their bass player decided to also play guitar. Like, okay, but now you have no bass player. Why are you playing a guitar? Oh, I just felt like playing a guitar. Dude, what the fuck? So stupid. The following year, Brian and I went, and it was right after he left Breaking Solace, and we went and saw Breaking Solace. And we're sitting at a picnic table. It's me and it's Brian, it's Nick Landers from Inherent Vice. And we're watching what's left of Breaking Solace play. And I'm sitting there taking videos for Jake, the former drummer of Breaking Solace, so he could see just how bad it was without them. And I was joking, if we would have gotten Music is Art this year, we would have, Brian would have been watching us suck without him. I sincerely hope we don't suck without Brian, but it's definitely going to be a shift, because Brian was writing almost everything by this point. Like, I'd be like, hey, I got this idea for a riff, and he's like, okay, here's that riff in a full song. Drums, bass, everything. Here you go.
It's like in a second.
I would have it back in like half an hour. Like, literally. Like, I've been like kind of writing riffs, just little riffs, nothing like, nothing like that I'm like, ooh, I need to show this to the band right away. And I've just been uploading them to the band folder without telling anybody. I actually went back and listened to one of them the other day, because I was like, wasn't I just doodling around with just some regular chords, like not even like playing a punk song, just playing like, a little melody, and like I went back and listened to it, like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. It was just kind of what I was feeling at the moment, I guess, But yeah, I mean, you got Music is Art coming up this Saturday, and that's a great place to see local bands. If you don't, if you're into the scene, but you don't really know who to go see, you could go see everybody all at once. Almost everybody. They had so many submissions. They said they rejected like 50% of their fucking submissions because they had so many. So, I mean, you've got 12 stages. These are some of the highlights that I found that I was like, and again, I wanted to make sure they were scattered throughout the day through different stages. I didn't want to play two bands from the same stage, two bands that were playing at the same time. I want you to be able to, every artist we play today, to be able to go see. But there's other artists playing at the same time that may be just as good. I don't know about, I'm not familiar with Captain Johnny Sausage, who's also playing at 11 a.m. on the, or 11:45 a.m. on the tailgate stage, We don't even know who's playing the patio stage. That's to be determined. The six-pack stage has Q the Prodigy at 11:45. Molly Conrad is on the Rail Barn stage at 11:45. 832 Productions on the 716 Sideshow, which that's going to be a stage to watch again this year. I was hanging out by that stage a lot last year. Or not last year, but 2019, the last in-person Music is Art. I mean, there's just so much stuff all going on all at once on all these different stages. We've got, other highlights for me. Kickstart Rumble, we're going to play a little later on. They're on at 1 o'clock. Tokyo Monsters is two bands after them on that same stage over on the Oxford stage. We just had Tokyo Monsters. What did you think of Tokyo Monsters? I know you. I know you've seen Twin Lions.
I've seen Tokyo Monsters a year ago.
Okay.
Well, 2 years ago.
Okay. Probably more like
When
2 years
I was in
ago.
a different band.
Yeah.
I saw them at Niagara Falls.
Okay.
Star. So.
All right. Yeah.
They just get better every time.
And a lot of these bands do, and that's the crazy thing. And they were, Tokyo Monsters has always been good. They've never been a bad band. They just get better. 2 o'clock on the Oxford stage. Friend of the show, Sarah Elizabeth, is on at 4 o'clock on that stage. So you got all these. If you're into Kiss This is playing at 7 o'clock. Fernway, which is a phenomenal band. They're on 8 o'clock at that stage. Grosh is at 10 o'clock. And I swear I would be at Grosh's set if I wasn't going to see Green Jello at 10:15 on the sideshow stage. Mom Said No at 10:30 on the Oxford stage. Another fantastic band. PA Line is closing out that stage at 11:45. You just want to see some of the best of Buffalo? You could just stand in front of that stage all day. But you don't want to, because there's so many other great acts all over the place. Allison Pipitone Band at 2:45. That's on the tailgate stage. Demaya is on at 4:15 on that stage. Johnny Hart and the Mess at 5 o'clock. Amateur Hockey Club, who are playing a little later on, at 5:45. Iron Soul at 8 o'clock. They are fantastic if you haven't seen them. Strange Standard at 10:15. Again, another band I would go see if they weren't playing at the exact same time as Green Jello. I feel bad for the bands playing at the same time as Green Jello. So this is apparently, I don't know what's up with this stage. This is like, you can watch this now, I think. I think this was the Friends of MIA stage from last year. But it's got like Cherry Curry of the Runaways. That's the only one I know. The B-52s and the Tragically Hip apparently are. But you can watch that now if you go to musicisart.org. Or miafest.org, rather. You can watch that. Jay Aquarius, 11:45. You just heard him. It's Cheerios stage. Safety Meeting at 3:30. They're a pretty good band. Grizzly Run at 5:45 rather. We've had them on this show. They're friends with Karina. They're cool. Pretty good band. Coffin Hook at 8:45. Fantastic band. What else we got? Spoony Green is closing out that show at 10:15. The patio stage, the Chris Squire Band, who we've played a bunch of times on this show, 1:15 p.m. Lost Like Lions is at 5 p.m. Lots of good bands, man. Oregon Fairchild at 10:15, closing that stage. The Ryan Kaminsky Band, we played him a couple of weeks ago. Yes, the B-52s are still performing live. At the six-pack stage, Ryan Kaminsky Band starting at 11 o'clock. Charrot Way's on there. Goodbye Metro's on that stage. Those are back-to-back, 2 o'clock and 2:45. Dark Eyes 55 at 5 p.m. Jupiter Trolley at 5:45. Roy G. Biv at 6 o'clock. This is a killer stage. Just to go, this is another stage where if you want to see great bands, you don't know who to watch, you don't know where to go, you don't want to wander around all day, the six-pack stage, which I imagine has to be right by the Labatt Blue silos. You got to figure. I'm not looking at the map. I'm looking at it, but the Rail Barn stage. Our friend Philip Steven playing at 2:45. We got the Surfing Cadavers at 7:15. They're a pretty cool band. A little bit of surf punk for you there. Lazy Ass Destroyer. I will be probably checking out Lazy Ass Destroyer at 8:45 rather. I don't know where I got 4:45 from. 8:45. And I'll stick around because Hearts and Hand Grenades, who are playing later, is on that stage at 9:30 right after. And then, of course, you've got the 716 Sideshow stage, which is just a mix of performance art and bands. Flues is on at 10:30. We've got Hell's Harlots are performing like 3 times. That's a burlesque troupe. So that might be, they're, and everybody's cool with them. So, go check them out. They're performing, where was that first one? 2:30, 5 o'clock, and then later on, way later on, somewhere down there, 8:30. Then you've got other artists on the stage. There's Governess is playing The Freak. I haven't heard that name in a while. And then, of course, that's closed out by Green Jello at 10:15. And if you don't know Green Jello, where the hell have you been? I got all their albums now. Now I'm like super prepared to see Green Jello. Like, this will be like my 5th time seeing them. We were supposed to play with them before everything got shut down. Unfortunately, we weren't able to. That would have been our Rochester debut. But I mean, there's just so many, and then there's like 4 other stages. So like, a lot of these are performance art. So it's not like, bands that I can just, be like, oh, this band's cool, but still, like, there's so much to do and so much to see and so much to hear. And we're just talking about the music aspect of this, because this is music is art. You've got not only the musicians, you've got actual artists. You've got painters. You've got sky dancers. You've got all kinds of stuff going on. I don't know if they're doing the silent disco this year. They usually have a silent disco up on the 2nd floor where, it's just people with headphones on just jamming out to whatever's playing. I don't know I never put on the headphones. I don't know. But lots of stages, man. So there's the Pyramid stage. There's the 716 Sideshow. The Rail Barn. Okay, I've been to the Rail Barn stage. I know where all these are. There's the 6-pack stage. It's a little ways away from it's not right on the 6-pack. But yeah, that's going to be there's a circus stage? Yeah, it's circus stage. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Yeah, there's a silent disco. There it is. On the 2nd floor. Just so much stuff going on. I'm hoping there's going to be a guy selling vinyl again. Brian and I, there's pictures of Brian and I at Music is Art just flipping through vinyl. Just buying records. It was before I got like really into the hobby. But Brian was probably like at the point that I'm at now. Where I'm at like, I think 460 now is my count. But Brian's like going through. He's like, I need this. I need this. I'm like looking through. I'm like, hey, Brian, do you have the Who's Tommy? It's like, give me that. I later obtained a copy of that for myself. But, that was one of Brian's top albums was the Who's Tommy. So, I'm glad that I was able to help him find a copy of that. So, the hobby of buying black circles. Yes, exactly. That's what it is. Anyway, I'm at 460, and that doesn't count that one. The Living Braindead Falls Count Anywhere. It doesn't count because I don't play it. It's on display. Anyway. But yeah, just so much stuff to do, so much stuff to see, so much content to take in just across the span of like 12 hours, 13 hours, 11 to 12. 13 hours, Saturday at Riverworks. It's free. I mean, and I know a couple of weeks ago I was like hypercritical of Riverworks because Riverworks is one of those places that's like, oh, because of government handouts, people don't want to work. Okay, cool. Like, I'm still going to go to Riverworks for the shows I already have tickets for because I've already bought those. They've already got my money for them. Who cares? And I'm still going to go for Music is Art because I don't have to give the venue my business if I don't want to. I can still go support the music, go support the bands. And I'm not saying don't support the venue. You know what I mean? I think that was a poor choice of words for them to say, like, oh, it's because of government handouts. Nobody wants to work anymore, so we're short-staffed. Pay people more. Maybe they'll work. I don't know. You know, I'm going to go where the money is if I don't have a job. I don't know. You know, I got that Kevin Nash philosophy of I want to make the most amount of money for the least amount of work. So, Falls Count as she prefers hardcore matches. So we'll make the next one Extreme Rules.
Well, now it's a handicap match because we don't have Brian.
Well, we'll have. I mean, by the time we get to recording again, I would hope we've got somebody in place. But you know, we're taking our time on that. We've got people filling in for now, and you know, I think the what I've been telling people is we don't want to Newstead anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
like we're still dealing with Brian's death, and we don't want to be like, you know, oh, let's hurry up and find a bass player and fill him in, and then we're just gonna like bully him to the point of like, oh, this job that was so much fun for Brian isn't fun for this new guy because we're assholes to him because he's not Brian. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I just found out today though is that we're not the only band looking for a bass player. Apparently, Lexi Fox left Steel Panther.
I heard about that.
I did not know this. I just found out this morning. So it's like, oh, great, another band looking for a bass player. No, we're I mean, we're not even like currently really looking. Like we have names we've discussed, but we've never really, you know, we haven't really sat down and said, okay, let's talk to these people we've talked about. We don't bully you. When do we bully you? Kevin says we bully him.
No.
You know, when do we bully Kevin?
You guys bully me.
we do. We do it in a fun way, though. We don't do it in a harmful way. You know, say, I'm sorry, Kevin. I was just talking to somebody the other day because Kevin writes all the things you might not know stuff. And it's just, you know, somebody commented like, I did not know this about the last episode we did. And I'm like, dude, I'll tell you what, I just let Kevin do his thing. I don't typically go to him like, hey, write about this week. I just let him do his own thing. So a lot of the time, I don't even know what he's writing about until I get it. And then I don't know the story about it until I'm actually sitting here in front of the teleprompter reading it. And that's, you know, that's so cool. She wants to Kevin accepts my apology. I mean, you know, I don't think we bully anybody. I think we're, you know, we just have fun. He supposes he accepts my apology. Anyway, we, you know, we're just, you know, we all have our own little quirks or whatever that we make. Like John's quiet.
Quiet.
If you couldn't tell, John's quiet. Fuck practice. Am I right? we're gonna be practicing soon. Hey, look, Jasmine's here. Jasmine's leaving. She's going to hang out with Potatoes in Idaho. Yes, it is Tuesday. Didn't you see the posts? Didn't you tune into last week's episode where we said we'd be on Tuesday this week? Anyway, Laura Moore, global peacekeeper. Anyway. Yeah, we're going to be back to practice next week. Finally, it's going to be like, and I'm just sitting here like, how much of the gear that we were using for practice was Brian's? How much shit do I need to buy? So I have, you know, I'm like, do we have drum mics? Okay. Do we have XLR cables? Okay. So I just bought drum mics. I've got a shit ton of XLR cables coming later this week. She's not going to get me a Halloween card if I keep this up. Look, I mean, if I want to see Mr. Potato Head, I'll just watch Toy Story. Anyway. Kevin says we bully him. She says, look at Jasmine. She's moving. Implications about Potatoes racist, Kevin says. Okay. I don't know. Blame Ashton. Ashton was the one that started. Well, I mentioned that there's potatoes in Idaho, and Ashton started all that. We had Ashton and Cam over for dinner, and Ashton's girlfriend was here, and Jasmine was here. And that's when we found out Jasmine was moving to Idaho. She says, this is why I'm moving. We found out Jasmine's moving to Idaho, and I mentioned potatoes, and Ashton just nonstop was like making potato references, one right after the other, just all throughout the rest of the dinner. was a thank you dinner for Cam and Ashton for helping us move furniture with Brian on Brian's behalf because Brian couldn't move the furniture himself. Which, I mean, if he could, it would have been me and him probably moving the couch. But he was like, just get two really strong dudes. And I'm like, I know two really strong dudes. I got this. So I little did I know that day was going to be the last day I would see Brian alive. So hello, John Johnson. Welcome to this rare Tuesday edition of the ThinkSoJoE show. It is, in fact, Tuesday. Don't let Laura tell you otherwise in the YouTube chat there. Even though at the beginning of the show it did say Wednesday, because I didn't think to like overdub in a Tuesday over Kevin's Wednesday. I wish I could play like copyrighted songs. I'd just start playing Psycho Sticks Tuesday right now. It is not Wednesday. I wish it was Wednesday. If it was Wednesday, I could watch AEW after this instead of NXT. Anyway, tomorrow is not Thursday. I wish tomorrow was Thursday. Then I could sleep. I got so much shit to do over the next couple of days. It's ridiculous. I like your intro, man, but I was watching the meter on the All WNY broadcast. And when you got to the ThinkSoJoE show, it literally, like, knocked it off the air for a few seconds. Obey the Beard would be my theme song, says John Johnson. Yeah, I could definitely see that. I do really love that song. I love that band. I got to get some of their stuff on vinyl. Yes, Jasmine, I will be at Stamps on the 12th. I will probably literally be there for Yellow Sauce's set and hopefully the Dreadnecks. That's going to be a killer show. We're not even talking about that. We'll talk about that next week. No, wait, that's this week. We need to talk about that this week.
It's
Stamps
Sunday.
reopening. Jeez, that is Sunday. Everything's happening, man. Next Sunday, I'm out of town. I'm out of town Saturday night, coming home Sunday. Yeah, geez, that's another show to talk about. Kevin didn't know what he was doing then when he recorded that intro. I don't know, man. I've been in this for 6 years. I still sometimes don't think I know what I. She wants you to ask me about the white line when we go to the song break. I'll show you what she's talking about.
Okay.
John Johnson said he heard the Dreadnecks thanks to me. Yes, definitely a fantastic band. Looking forward to hopefully seeing them at the Stamps reopening show. We'll run through that real quick before we. Oh, Karina's been messaging me and I haven't seen it. Oh, she just sent me a picture and said she's managing. She's managing at work tonight. It's her first night managing. So this is Stamps this Sunday. Sunday, September 12th. Doors are at 3. It's 18 and up. So that's younger than the usual audience we get to play for at Stamps. With a $12 cover, but listen to all these bands you're getting. You're getting Dreadnecks. You're getting Claymore. Be Not Breathing, Yellow Sauce, Surfs, Garfrankel, 5 Times Atmosphere, The Finality Complex, Fata Morgana, and Reese Daniels. That's worth it for Dreadnecks alone. Worth it for Dreadnecks alone. Claymore's a great band, too. We're playing with them in November. We haven't announced that show yet. We're still looking for one more band that would kind of fit in between us and Claymore because those are two completely different styles. And, of course, Yellow Sauce. You come see me, sit on stage, and read a book. It's the best $12 you'll ever spend. But that Stamps the Bar finally reopening. Home is finally reopening for us. And, of course, we've got shows booked there late October, mid-November, I think maybe in December. I can't pick a favorite Dreadneck song. Maybe Chain Sodomy. It's a great song. I don't know. I had a Dreadneck song stuck in my head yesterday, and I'm damned if I could remember what it was. But I also like Ain't Much to Look At is a great Dreadneck song. I've constantly told them they need to put that on a t-shirt. Like put the front, I ain't much to look at, and on the back, but you could look as much as you like. Yes, we are. November 13th. We're playing at Stamps, Kevin.
We are.
Yes, we are. That's our. We're gonna have special guest bass player Ryan McEnany from Shambles on this. I went to a Shambles show a couple of weeks ago, and I'm watching him play, and I'm just like, I have to match that energy. Great.
Got some homework.
Yeah, he's just bouncing all over the stage. He's just moving, just like wow. She wants you to play the music apparently.
Okay.
Anyway, this is a local band that doesn't get enough, nearly enough love, and they are playing at Music is Art this Saturday. Yes, this Saturday. Let me get you that time again. It's literally right here on this document. I don't know why I keep going back to the website. They're playing 1 p.m. at the Oxford stage. I have. Is that an important? Yeah. It's kind of It happens to be AEW Full Gear, as we found out on Sunday. And we're like, damn it, we're playing that night. We can't watch this on a 100-inch screen. Anyway, so this is one of my favorite local bands. They don't get enough love. They don't really fit into a lot of the local genres, so you don't see them at a lot of local shows. And this is Kickstart Rumble, and this song is called Change My Ways on LWNY Think So Joe Show. That was Kickstart Rumble on all WNY Think So Joe show. You were digging that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a little different than a lot of other bands that you're going to hear out in Buffalo. I actually, the first time I saw them, they were opening for, geez, who was it? It wasn't. I don't think it was the Boss Tones. They were opening for somebody at Canal Side the first time I saw them, and I was like, man, these guys are like really fucking good. They have that whole like 50s sound, like the rockabilly sound. Song reminds of bands like the Stray Cats or the Mighty Mighty. Yeah.
Stray Cats.
Definitely got that Stray Cats vibe to them. And it's just, I fell in love with that band right that first time I saw them. And then there used to be like a carnival down at Canal Side. And I took my kid one time and we're walking, and I'm walking by the stage and there's Kickstart Rumble playing. I'm like, we're stopping. I did tell him what the white line is, but he's not going to tell you. Anyway. So, and then I booked them for one of my own shows. I was just telling you during the break, booked them for one of my own shows, and I booked them with like, 3 distinctly different types of rock bands. So it was like Lower Town Trio, Kickstart Rumble, the Barksdales, and XM Priory. 4 bands that should not be. I mean, like, maybe Lower Town Trio and Kickstart Rumble and maybe Barksdales and XM Priory, but not the 4 of them on a show together. I'm like, I think this will work. And I knew exactly what I could make a remake of Rock This Town. I would love that, actually. If anybody from Kickstart Rumble is watching the show today, that's not a bad idea. Anyway. Maybe at Music is Art on Saturday. Maybe you could whip that up real quick, I think. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm like, doing this show. We did this at Good Bar, and she's trying to convince you to tell her what the white line is. Anyway, I told you it's cocaine. It's exactly what I told you, isn't it?
You did.
Okay. Anyway,
mystery.
So at Good Bar, we did, we started with Lower Town Trio. We did Kickstart Rumble. First 2 bands, Nate from the Barksdales just standing next to me. He's like, dude, this isn't going to work. Dude, they have a horn. We don't have horns. How am I supposed to, we're like, this isn't going to work. And then after they played, I'm like, how do you feel now? He's like, it worked. It was good. And because it was just like, this build up, it's like we got Lower Town Trio, who's kind of got that almost, rockabilly style vibe, and just, build it up a little bit. And you get into like Kickstart Rumble, who's just full blown like rockabilly, like you said, Stray Cat style. And then into like just a punk band and a hard rock band. And it actually worked. She'll give you $1 whole if you tell her what the white line is. You need to hold out, though, because she's been, like, upping her offer for Karina to watch Up every week. Because Karina's still never seen Up. But we did talk about that last week, and we are planning on, I'm going to watch Return to Oz, because I've never seen it, and Karina's going to watch Up. We're going to do that. We're probably going to put it on the projector, just have a nice little movie theater experience. Maybe we'll get some popcorn. I don't really like popcorn, but maybe we'll get popcorn. Anyways, $2 whole. Okay. The offer's going up. Gotta get a little counter like on Pawn Stars. Was $1, now $2. But yeah, I mean, Kickstart Rumble, crazy good band. Just really like them. I thought $2 and a chicken sandwich from John Johnson.
Might have a winner there.
Oh, you got him to actually talk, so that's a
that's a plus.
That's a plus. That's a start. He's getting excited now. Now I still say you hold out. I think you could get more. But Kickstart Rumble, yeah, definitely a fun band to see, great band to see. Just you don't hear bands that sound like that. $3 whole. Laura says it's her final offer. I don't know, man. You might for $3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a chicken sandwich, though.
Okay, so $3. I mean, the chicken sandwich has got to be worth more than $1, right? Where's the chicken sandwich from? Let's find out where the chicken sandwich is from, and then maybe we'll we'll see which offer is actually better here. Because we're right now we're in the middle of the chicken sandwich wars. Everybody's got chicken sandwiches.
Yeah. Burger King now.
They got the Chick-King. You got your choice. Your choice of where you get the chicken sandwich from. I'll tell you what, man, before you pick a place, you got to watch. There's a food theory episode about which place has the best chicken sandwich. I forget which one won, because frankly, I don't care. But I watched it just because it's food theory and I love that channel. So he does have a video about which one is the best value for your money. $5 whole dollars, Lord. That might trump the chicken sandwich, man. I don't know. I mean, will you sell out for $5? Sell out for $5 or $3 in a chicken sandwich? Laura needs at least $6 to beat that, says Kevin. Okay. Offer's going to keep going up, man. We'll let you. If you decide to take it, you have to wait for them to send the money. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, but don't send the money until he decides to take it. And of course, you send the money to tips.thinksojoe.com. He lost with his chicken sandwich. Laura told Kevin to go away. Kevin, stay right here. We don't want you to go away. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I try to steer clear of fast food if I can. Although I have been like ordering McDonald's off DoorDash. Just like, man, I really want some McDonald's fries and some chicken nuggets. Let me talk about this for a minute. We talked about chicken wings earlier in the show. And, of course, if you want it from, and then there's a period. I have not yet, has John seen Return to Oz? Is that the question? If you want it from Applebee's, it's at least $8 for the, no, pizza's not fast food. Is pizza fast food? Do you think? Does that fall into that category?
No.
I don't think so. Have you seen Return to Oz?
Have I seen that?
The movie Return to Oz. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay, I have not. I'm going to see it sometime soon. And just scheduling has not allowed Karina and I to watch anything this week. So hopefully in the next week we'll be able to sit down and watch something. So it is from 7-Eleven. Oh, the pizza from 7-Eleven is fast food, says Kevin. I got you. Okay, he's got me. Well, I don't watch movies, man. So what do you expect? I bought a $900 projector, and the first thing I did was watch 2 movies I've already seen 1,000,000 times. I'm like, hey, I just watched The Mighty Ducks a couple of weeks ago. Let me watch D2. And so I put that on as my test movie, and then I'm like, might as well watch D3 instead of tearing all this shit down. And then I watched Impact Wrestling, and then I'm like, all right, now I'll tear this shit down. But, yeah, so, I don't know. I mean, what was I talking about now? I was talking about chicken wings, right? We were talking about chicken wings earlier in the show.
Yeah.
And just don't see it high or drunk or you'll have a stroke. You don't got to worry about that with me. I don't drink, and I don't have anything against getting high. I just don't do it because I usually work late at night. So by the time I'm, whenever I get offered it, it's like, I can't. I will not fucking read well if I do. First thing Kevin would watch is Jaws or Star Wars. So he thinks I made good choices. Star Wars probably wouldn't be bad. I don't want to watch them on Disney Plus, though. I would rather watch them on my Blu-ray. I watched the Blu-rays, and then, when Disney Plus came out, I'm like, let me watch Star Wars. And there's, one spot where there's, dialogue that's in a, alien language, and it's subtitled on the screen, but it's not on Disney. So it's like, oh, what the fuck? So that's what I was getting at. Now that John's bringing us back into what we were talking about. Boneless or bone-in chicken wings. What do you prefer?
I go boneless.
I also go boneless. And here's the thing. There are so many people out there who are just like, well, you're just eating chicken nuggets, dude. Like, no, the
Yeah.
fuck you're not. It's the exact same fucking thing as a chicken wing. They just take the bones out of them. A chicken nugget is fucking breaded. It's two completely different things. If I'm in the mood for a chicken McNugget, I'm not going to call the pizza place and be like, yo, let me get some boneless wings. Or vice versa. I'm not going to go to McDonald's looking for fucking boneless wings. It's not the same thing. I am totally, I'm with you. Boneless wings. They're easier to eat. I don't mind wings with bones. And some people are, that might be like the least Buffalo thing about me, other than the fact that I don't like the Buffalo Bills. Is that Buffalo boneless with blue cheese dipping, huh? Yeah, I don't know about that. That might be the least Buffalo thing ever said on this show. Blue cheese dipping. Anyway, this is a ranch community. I don't use any of it, so I don't know. This is ranch country, right? People use ranch here. Yeah, I don't know. Give me some fucking barbecue sauce, man. I'm good. Anyway, I like boneless wings, especially like with all this shit here. Like, this just gets in the way trying to eat traditional wings. Boneless wing, I can just pop it right in my mouth. I don't worry about getting sauce all over my face. You know what I mean? Like, I much rather, it's easier for me for boneless wings. Not saying I don't like, bone-in wings, but I definitely am a fan of boneless wings. I was watching the Mysterios the other day. They were looking at, it was sponsored by Wingstop or like their virtual restaurant, Thystop. And so they're sitting there with all this chicken around them, watching the ladder match from SummerSlam between Ray and Eddie for custody of Dominic, if you remember that. Yeah. So Ray and Dominic are watching this, and Dominic's eating all the boneless wings, and Ray's like, where's the bone-in wings? So it's like, man, I feel this conversation. Like, I understand, because people give me shit all the time when I'm like, I like boneless wings. You might as well be eating chicken nuggets. Fuck you. It's like Brian Zane always says, like what you like, don't be a dick. So, there's no face under that beard, she says. There is certainly, if you've seen the face under this beard, if you've seen the pictures with the braids from back in the day when I used to have hair. The totally wearing the Eddie shirt, I'm your poppy when my nice. He's going to wear that shirt when his daughter's born. Yeah. Man, that was, but yeah, I'm a boneless guy. I don't mind bone-in wings. I'll eat them if that's what's available, but if I have the choice, I'm going to take boneless. And this may take away my Buffalo card entirely. I eat them with a fork sometimes. It's just easier. Like, I don't got to get my hands dirty either. Just, all right, cool. That's just me. I don't know, but a lot of times if I'm eating wings, it's because Karina's like, let's order food. And then I go, we're sitting in the bedroom. I don't get barbecue sauce all over the bedroom. It's just easier. Just grab them with a fork. I mean, if you're going to compare boneless wings to anything that's not wings, it would be chicken fingers, right? Yeah. Would you agree with that? A fork, that's hardcore, yeah. Go all Abdullah the Butcher on somebody with it afterwards. Or go all Karina on somebody afterwards, because I ask her all the time, Karina, why did you stab me with a fork? Her inevitable response is, because I didn't have a knife. Happens all the time. Literally, all the time. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, who gives a fuck? Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like, and the same thing, like for you, is it pop or is it soda? I know you drink, you're a Coke drinker.
Actually, I don't drink Coke anymore.
Oh, did you switch to Pepsi?
No, I'm caffeine free, so.
You were drinking Pepsi literally 2 days ago at my house.
Well, I did have a Pepsi. That was the first Pepsi in a while. That was like 5 weeks.
Okay.
So I've been off of caffeine during my surgery.
Had to call him out on that, but
yeah.
I'm also trying to cut down on Pepsi. I've been drinking a lot more water. I don't have one in here today. I needed the caffeine. But okay, so for you, is it pop or is it soda? This is the debate here. The way I just ranted, Kevin thinks I care a little.
I would have to say pop.
Pop. Okay. I get people all the time. No, it's soda. No, it's pop. It doesn't make a difference. If I say pop, you know what the fuck I'm talking about, right? Have you ever drank RC Cola? Lived in Chicago. It was the best. It was the thing over there. I have definitely had RC Cola. Just
Me too.
probably not since I was a kid. My grandpa used to get Diet Right. That was his brand, which was the RC, like the Diet RC Cola. But yeah, I haven't had RC Cola in ages. I don't think I've seen RC Cola in ages. But yeah, you know, and it's funny, you know, like, but like if I say pop and you're a person who says soda, you know what I'm talking about. Who cares? Right? If you say so, like,
Same thing.
I mean, I'll get into this debate with people because for me, it's pop. It's always been pop. I live in Western New York. This is a pop community. So Pepsi should be banned, says Laura. We hit 100 messages today between you guys in the chats, across the chats. Oh, Barks root beer for me, favorite root beer. Also Barks for that little bite of caffeine. There's you know, that's what I like Barks for. But then any other I don't really like A&W root beer, but any other root beer for like root beer floats, not Barks for root beer floats. So like just store fucking root beer for root beer floats. It's fine. And Paul says Dollar Tree has tons of RC Cola. So maybe I'll have to look there. I don't know. I got again, the person who cares is apparently me. Anyway, I used to get in this debate all the time because I was dating a girl in Tennessee. And she was always, you know, it's soda, which is weird because she comes from Tennessee, which is one of those places where everybody says cola, says Coke, no matter what they're getting. Like, what kind of Coke? Oh, Pepsi. Okay, here's your Pepsi Coke. Realistically, nobody is right in this debate. Because if you look at the bottle doesn't say pop. The bottle doesn't say soda. The bottle says cola. So we're all fucking wrong in this debate anyway. Anyway, don't do what? What am I not doing? Don't buy the RC Cola. That's I will not be buying the RC Cola. I'm good. Chicago didn't know what sweet tea is. Yeah, my buddy likes sweet tea. My other friend John likes sweet tea, and he was having trouble finding it some places. Yeah, Kevin's the bully after all, he says, because you're calling me out on all this. Anyway. I'm just trying to be diplomatic here. I mean, you know, but seriously though, for the people who say that chicken wings are chicken nuggets, boneless chicken wings are chicken nuggets, they're not. They're two different things, but don't get the RC. I'm not going to get the RC. I am a Pepsi drinker. I'm thinking of switching to diet, but I am a Pepsi drinker. And I'm also trying to cut down on Pepsi. I'm trying to drink more water. So, you know, I'm trying to do that now. I've lost like 5 pounds, which is cool. Like I got on the scale today, it said 220. I'm like, oh shit. Like, all right. Only 35 more to hit my goal. So, yeah. You're lucky, man. You can't put on weight. I know you said you might be able to start putting on weight now.
I hope so.
But I mean, you know, I wish I was still, maybe not as skinny as you, but still skinny, you know?
I'll have to see in a couple months.
I look at myself in some pictures, man. I look at myself. I'm watching like the video from the other night, which, by the way, I'm going to put up hopefully tomorrow night. I'm going to schedule it to go live probably like at the same time the show would normally air. The footage from Sunday night. I just need to do a little more editing, or from Saturday night rather. I'm watching this footage. I'm watching me get up on stage. Just like, whoop. It's like, fuck, I got to lose weight. All chicken nuggets are just crushed up brains. Delicious. Fair enough. It's all like the pink sludge. If you ever saw that video of like how they make the McDonald's chicken nuggets, it's just this slew of like pink goo that they shape into nugget form. I don't know, man. I think I like the barbecue sauce more than I like the actual like chicken nuggets. I was mad, man. I ordered McDonald's, I don't know, last weekend or something. I don't know. Karina was home. I know that much. And we ordered some nuggets, and I didn't get any fucking sauce. I'm like, what the fuck? We both got nuggets, and I'm like, I get the barbecue sauce. So that's nothing. I got barbecue sauce in the fridge. I don't need the barbecue sauce from McDonald's. Karina got the sweet and sour, but there's no sweet and sour. So I happen to look in the fridge. There's a fucking McDonald's sweet and sour packet in there, too. So I'm like, you're good. Everything's good. Not worried about it. As I'm dying inside because I like McDonald's barbecue sauce. I don't know. I say I try to avoid fast food, and every week I'm talking about a fast food place here on the show. I was talking about Wendy's a couple of weeks ago, burning the fuck out of my Baconator. Give me cold fries. The fuck. Oh, well. Ordered the same thing, 2 McChicken, add tomato, and a small fry sweet tea. I don't know. I'm not a tomato guy. I try to get everything without tomato if I can. Karina's mom always makes pasta salad. I love the pasta salad. It's good stuff. But there's like the mini tomatoes in there, and I'm just like eating around. What's my favorite fast food? Fuck, that's a tough question. I don't know, probably McDonald's. I don't know. I used to love Burger King when I was a kid. I really did. I don't like the Burger King near me. So I think maybe that just kind of killed it for me.
I would have to say Wendy's.
Wendy's is good. Wendy's is good when they don't fuck up your food.
Yeah.
I have not, because we don't drive, we get my eyes checked. Oh, John, what's your favorite fast food? It's one letter off, dude. It's one letter off. The screen's all the way the fuck over there. Anyway. Yeah, I am, I like Wendy's, but I ever since I've been ordering from like DoorDash, I have not gotten a good Wendy's order.
They recently just changed their fries.
Maybe that's why they sucked the last time. I don't know. I mean, like fries, my favorite fast food fries are McDonald's, hands down. Always have been. And like Burger King changed their recipe like not too long ago, and it's like, oh, I gotta try the new Burger King fries. They're still fucking terrible. I don't know. I like Wendy's fries. I like McDonald's fries are the best. Except maybe Five Guys. But I don't know, do we count Five Guys as a fast food place? I mean, they serve the traditional like fast food fare. Burgers and fries and that kind of stuff. But it's not really a traditional like fast food restaurant, I don't feel. I don't know. First time I ever went to Five Guys was with Brian on the way home from your house. I think the first time we went to your house, we were on the way home. Brian's like, hey, I'm going to stop at Five Guys. You want anything? Like, I've never had Five Guys. I'll go in with you. Let me see what they got. And definitely, yeah, Five Guys fries are fucking awesome.
I remember Sam DeFazio got me. He's like, you want to go to Five Guys? Like, okay, why not? And I was like, I love that place.
I text Karina. I'm like, do you want anything from Five Guys? She's like, get me fries. Get me a burger with this, and this on it. Like, okay. I spent like $40 my first time going to Five Guys. And now every once in a great while, we're ordering off DoorDash. So I'm spending like $40 regularly from there. I'm trying to cut back on ordering fucking DoorDash. But I mean, like, sometimes it's just the easiest fucking thing to do instead of eating. But yeah, Five Guys fries are fucking awesome, man. Like, because they cook them in peanut oil. Nobody else does that. That makes them special. That makes them good. I like it. That extra little detail, Of course, if you're allergic to peanuts, you're fucked. But,
Yeah.
We walk in, they've got all these, like, peanut boxes everywhere in the fucking store, and I'm just like, what's up with this? I didn't know anything about this shit until I actually, like, had the fries, and I'm like, oh, I get it now. What about, you asked about CC's, too. We don't have a CC's here. We don't have Whataburger here. Greatest greaseball burger and great fries. Oh, yeah, well, so they are literally, like, instructed at Five Guys to, like, fill the fucking bag. Like, not the cup. that you get the fries in. Fill the fucking bag with fries. They want you to feel like you got a good fucking value. And, and we always do. We never have any issues with the food's always great. The fries are always great. The burgers are always, done to perfection. And just, no complaints at all about, it's worth the extra price to get Five Guys, in my opinion. So we've got another band to play here. This is Amateur Hockey Club. Great name for a band, by the way. And they're playing at 5:45 this Saturday at Music is Art at the Tailgate stage. And this song is called Fresh Blood on All WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.
I wish that I could be nicer. I wish I could make wishes come true. Wish that I could be wiser. Wish I did as I say I do. Need some fresh blood coursing through my veins again. Need some fresh sounds in my ear. Break the phone and set it straight. Repeat it till it grows back right. Repeat till I don't have to anymore. See how this ends when you're looking at life through rose-colored glasses. All the red flags just look like flags. I need some fresh blood coursing through my veins again. Need some fresh sounds in my ear. Kill the flowers, save the seeds, swim where the sun can see, create the world I wanna leave. You've got a list of reasons to be leaving when it's your turn to go. Got a burning in your throat that wants to be drowned, and it ain't that where your head should go. If you don't put yourself to bed, then I don't know who will. If I don't put an end to this, I don't think that anyone will. Sell-by date was a year ago, and I'm starting to feel ill. If I don't put an end to this, then I don't know who will. Things were good until they stopped, 'cause I couldn't make you something that you're not. If I don't put an end to this, then I don't know who will. Got a list of reasons to be leaving when it's your turn to go. Got a burden in your throat that wants to be drowned, and an end at where your head should go. If you don't put yourself to bed, then I don't know who will. If I don't put an end to this, I don't think that anyone will.
Amateur Hockey Club on All WNY ThinkSoJoE Show. Hey, Google, turn off Studio AC. Let me try that again. Hey, Google, turn off Studio AC. I'm sorry if anybody else has a device called Studio AC that just turned off, but, background noise. It's just getting warm in here, so it's like, let's put some AC on in here. Anyway, we were just talking a little more about chicken wings and stuff. You were talking about getting some boneless wings. I've got some bone-in wings from Fridays still in my fridge from a few days ago. I need to finish off. We ordered from Fridays a bucket, like a rib bucket, and I just turned off Kevin's butt plug, apparently. We ordered from Fridays. We ordered the like rib bucket, and we didn't know what the fuck. Like, it's like, pick your sauce, and then it's like, pick your sauce. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why am I picking two sauces? And then I found out that that's because one of the sauces was for wings and the other was for the ribs. And then Karina ordered, we ordered some mozzarella sticks on the side, and they were apparently out of mozzarella sticks and sent us some, like, Nashville hot boneless wings, which Karina ate because I'm like, nah, I'm not doing spice. I used to be able to handle that shit. Now I'm an old white dude. You know? I don't know. I mean, I used to be able to, eat spicy stuff, and now I'm just like, medium, please. Mild. I got to eat at Elmwood Tacos and Subs the other day. It's one of my favorite places, man. You ever been there?
Oh yeah.
Over near Good Bar there. I was like, I don't feel like sitting around the house. I have $100 and something bucks cash. I'm going to the record store. So I went down to the record store and I spent $100 and something bucks cash. Came home with 10 records. Not bad. I came home with 11 records and I spent like $109. I say I came home with 10 because one I bought because I was like, ooh, I don't know if my mom has this record. I'm going to buy this. I texted her like, Mom, do you have this one yet? And I didn't hear from her by the time I got out of the store, by the time I was ready to leave. So I'm just like, all right, let me buy this record. And if she doesn't have it, then I guess I have it. And it's Big Wheelie in the hubcaps. And she says, I think that might have been the first one you bought me. So I go start flipping through like the media and my text with my mom, like, oh yeah, there it is. That's the one I bought you. I guess I have this record now, but I don't really count it. So, but I went $109, 11 records. Not bad at all. And, Revolver they've expanded the Transit store now. And the last time I went to, at least that location with Brian, which was the only time I've been to that location so far. We're talking to Phil, the owner, on the way out the door. And he's talking about, we're going to, the place next door is moving out. We're taking over that space. We're going to knock out this wall. We're going to have in-store performances. And Brian says, well, if you need a band, and they are now taking emails from bands who want to play at Revolver Records, so maybe that's something we talk about at some point. What's a small chain restaurant you like to eat at where you're at? A small chain restaurant, so that implies more than one location, so it can't be ETS. What would be like a small chain restaurant? So there's like, there would be like Just Pizza, Jim's, Mighty. Mighty is the hands down answer, right?
Do you prefer Taco Bell or Mighty Taco?
Mighty. So
Yeah.
like growing up in Niagara Falls and growing up right near a Taco Bell was like, okay, cool, Taco Bell. And I love Taco Bell and I just never knew what to order at Mighty. And now that I've like been going to like ETS and like appreciating what, much better tacos are than fucking Taco Bell, I'm like, why did I ever think Taco Bell was like good? So like, and we'll order Mighty all the time too from fucking DoorDash. Could just be one location, but the place you love to eat at, then that's ETS for me. That's one of my favorite fucking places, which is Elmwood Tacos and Subs right down on Elmwood Avenue, right near like UB, right by Good Bar, right across from a Jim's Steakout.
I would say Jim Steakout for me.
I don't like, I'm not a big fan of Jim's Steakout. And like, we'll come home from a show and Karina will be like, let's get Jim's. And I'll be like, let's see what else there is. I don't hate their food. It's not food you eat sober. And I don't drink. So, I've never got, maybe that's another point off my Buffalo card is not liking Jim's. I don't know. But then again, I hear a lot of people in Buffalo call it Jim's Mistakeout. So, I was so disappointed, man, because we went to see Shambles and Turkey Blaster Omega and Over and Out at Good Bar, and we were like, let's go to ETS afterwards. And the show ended, and we walked up Elmwood, and it's starting to fucking rain, like it's about to pour. And how about you get what she wants for? We often do end up getting what she wants, and I'm just like, all right, fine. I don't really want anything though. Let me just get some mozzarella sticks. But so we're walking, and then we saw ETS was closed. So it's like, fuck, and it's starting to rain. I guess we're eating Jim's. So we go in. Jim's has a sign like, please be patient with us. We're short staffed. It's not blaming the government or anything like that. Just we're short staffed. Please be patient with the staff that is here. Like, okay, that's fair. And look, if you go anywhere and they're short staffed and you're a dick to the staff, if you go anywhere and you're a dick to the staff and they're not giving you a reason to be, fuck you. Right? Anyway. But we went to Jim's, we got food, and we Ubered home from there. But, I would have much rather preferred ETS. 95% of the time, if we're ordering food, it's because Karina's like, let's DoorDash. Have you ever heard of the Heart Attack Grill? Pro wrestlers talk about it. It's epic. 1, 2, 3, or 4 patty burgers with fries cooked in lard. I've heard of that. That doesn't sound too appealing to me. To me now, maybe me like 10 years ago, that would have been like, ooh, yeah, I could eat that. I used to go to fucking Cheeseburger. You remember that place?
Yeah.
I used to go there all the time because there was one in the McKinley Mall. So after I moved up here, and like my ex worked at Savers over there by the McKinley Mall, so we would go, like, I'd go meet up with her after work, and we just go to Cheeseburger. And I was like working my way up to the fucking, like, the big burger that, like, you eat the burger and they put your fucking picture on the wall. I never got to that point. I never tried it. But I was trying to work my way up to it. And now that I look back on it, it's like, man, no wonder I'm fucking fat.
I honestly never been there.
I mean, the food was really good. I got no complaints about it. It's just, I really, wish I didn't eat so goddamn much every time I went there. So, we had one. I ate the 2-pound burger. My pick was on the wall. I mean, I was going for it. I was trying to get there, and then, like, I just never did for whatever reason, and now that place, like, doesn't exist anymore, so, whatever. Now the only reason to go to the mall is, like, Best Buy and, like, the 3 craft stores that are around it. Well, 2 of the 3, because you don't want to go to Hobby Lobby, because fuck them. That's, like, the last resort. Shit, Joann's didn't have what I wanted. Michael's didn't have what I wanted. I guess I'm going to go to Hobby Lobby. Like, walking around with a Hobby Lobby bag, like, trying to tuck it under my arm. Like, I don't want anybody to see that I shop there. I really needed something, and they were the only ones that had it. But anyway. Yeah, I don't know, man. Now, like, the only place to eat anywhere even near there is fucking Wendy's. Well, I guess you could go to Wegmans, too, because Wegmans you can eat in. I ordered from fucking Wegmans on DoorDash one night, right? I ordered some ravioli. I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds good. Ordered some ravioli. They send it. It's cold. You got to heat it up yourself. Like, I wasn't expecting that. Like, okay. I mean, I guess if you went to Wendy's, that's how you would buy it, or Wegmans, rather, that's how you would buy it. But anyway, when I lived in Chicago, we had a hockey jersey store in the mall. Knew the owner, but yeah, I can imagine that. I've seen your hockey jersey collection, dude. That's some of your hockey jersey collection. I don't think I've seen all of it. I have a little bit of a collection going. Most of it's Buffalo. All different Buffalo Sabres jerseys. I don't have 2 of the same one. But I also have a Blues and a Devils. I have a Living Braindead. No, I don't. We haven't done those. I have an all WNY ThinkSoJoE show hockey jersey. And I have a UB hockey jersey. And I think maybe one more. I can't think of what it is off the top. Oh, a Revolver Records hockey jersey, which was like Brian's uniform the last few months of his life. Wore that fucking everywhere. Actually was digging around looking for my Music is Art shirt today because we're doing the Music is Art showcase. We're talking about all these music, music as art bands and everything, and playing all these music as art bands. So I wanted to figure, hey, I might as well break out my music as art shirt. So I'm digging around through my drawers looking for it. I actually found my Jackknife Stiletto t-shirt, and I'm like, man, I need to like start wearing this more. I might like cut this up and wear it at a show. Just I don't want to cut it up, but I also like Brian always fucking wore that Jackknife Stiletto hoodie everywhere until he got a Living Braindead one. So it's like this would be like tribute to Brian wearing this. But I'm also thinking of like just making myself a one-off Silence the Cynic t-shirt, wearing that at the next show. Up to almost 50 plus jerseys, man. That's I mean, they're not cheap. I mean, if you know where to look, you can get authentic jerseys for, if you don't mind getting like the older versions. Like that's why I got my first Blues jersey. I got it for like $15, but it was like an authentic, CCM Blues jersey. I'm the kind of guy who goes to a fucking Sabres game and sits there and looks for the fake jerseys. Like, that one's fake, that one's fake, that one's fake. Okay, that one's real. Dude, they didn't even try with that one. The fucking Adidas logo is off to the left. Like, what the fuck? Like, I get that they're significantly cheaper, but they are also significantly shittier. So, and if I know you, Mr. John Johnson, I don't think you have the Chinese knockoffs. I think you're actually going for the legitimate, like, Adidas, or at the very least, Fanatics jerseys. I don't like I like the Fanatics jerseys I have. They're comfortable, but they're missing details, like, I don't know. I like, my cat just rubbed on my phone and tried to report this video. It seems she's not a fan. Kevin's cat's trying to report us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so I don't know. I like hockey jerseys. I like to wear them, especially like when the weather gets a little cooler. I'm just trying to get the time. Anyway, just got a pop-up when I went to... You get the fake jerseys, but honestly, if they have a few mistakes, you fix them and now do... Okay. I mean, if you know what you're doing. I just, like... We don't have the laces anymore in our jerseys for the Sabres, right? But you could... When we had the laces, you could spot a fake one a mile away. Because it's just like, you get the Adidas or the Reebok or the, even the Fanatics jersey. And it's like, it looks like, it's almost like a shoestring kind of style. But you look at these like Chinese knockoffs and it looks like somebody used a clothesline. And it's like, how can you, like, I support this team, but not enough to buy their authentic fucking jerseys. Anyway. If Potvin liked it, he wore a fake jersey to an Islanders game, and Dennis Potvin said he liked it and signed it. So that's cool. I can't do it, man. I can't. What I especially like is they have the fake ones that are like, they have the flag and the numbers. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
They have the flag and the numbers, but they're fake jerseys that somebody in China made. And it's like, I love this team and I love this country, but not enough to support it. Not enough to, buy authentic. And I understand they're expensive. Yeah, I get we're punk rock. Yeah, I understand they're expensive. I'm just happy to have a job where I could be like, ooh, we have new jerseys. Let me order one. Okay, I've got this one. Now I need the other one. Oh, look, we got a third jersey now. Let me buy that. So, yeah, anyway. I don't know, man. Like, you can be punk rock and win at capitalism, right? I mean, I guess.
Anything could happen.
If you're stuck in a shitty system, you might as well beat it, right? Like, turn it to your favor, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, we're talking about some merch options. You got the wristband on, so he's got the Living Braindead wristband, and I was wearing one Saturday. He was wearing his, and because I wear mine to like all the shows now, because it's like bringing Brian with me. I feel like I took that picture of the brace of the wristband at the Rancid show, because it's like Brian's here with me in spirit.
Now we have patches for Brian, and
We've got the
Love it.
we're out of patches,
We're out
dude.
of
The
patches?
patches are gone. These were great patches, by the way. I got mine. It was right here. I don't know where it went. I got the pin. I was looking for the patch though, so I could show. It was right here. I must have. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Yeah, we got these in loving memory of Brian Lee Muller patches, which are actually based on these in loving memory of Brian Lee Muller pins. And they took his picture from the album cover, and they made these. Nick Landers did the pins, and Mike Marlinski of the Wouldn't Beating the System Be Buying. I just don't like the way they look. I don't know. I prefer the, I prefer the regular ones. The authentic ones. Anyway, but we got these patches. They're great. They're sold out. That's been done for a while, man. That's this one here. There it is. Got the Silence the Cynic logo and the Black Rock Raven logo. And I got that done like 2 weeks after he died. But yeah, the patches are gone. We had 2 left, and I was like, don't sell these last 2. I want to send them to his best friend in New York and his sister. So those are like packed up, ready to go. I just got to get them out. And also I sent them a couple of pins. His sister was like, let me send you money. I'm like, no, you're not sending me. This is a gift. Take this. She's like, let me know. What's your Venmo? What's your PayPal? And I'm like, I'll give you my Venmo, but you do not have to send me anything. She sends me $20. I'm just like, you are just like your brother, because he would have insisted on that too. Like he would have been like, no, I'm giving you money. Shut the fuck up and take it. She's just like him in that way. And that was my first time actually talking to her. I didn't talk to her at the memorial. And I kind of interacted with her a little bit on Facebook afterward, but not really a conversation. So this was I messaged her. I'm like, hey, I've got these patches, and I want to send you one, and I want to send you a pin. I made sure to hang on to patches for you guys. But yeah, they went quick, man. We had 2 left, and I'm like, don't sell those. I want those for, his best friend and his sister. They should get those. And so we're going to make sure they get those. We're going to send them out. Just donated the money today, $765 total, which is, not terrible. It did pretty well. And I paid the door guy and the sound guy. The door guy, to his credit, was like, only give me half. Put the rest towards the donations. My whole thing was, and this is exactly how Brian would be, is, no, you worked. Here's your payment. Here's your pay for working tonight. So, by the time I realized how little we had left, I had enough to send one to Chris and one to Kristen. I would have saved you one if I had realized we were getting that low. I mean, maybe we could talk to Mike about getting you more. I don't know. But Mike Marlinski, he runs the Wretched Sound magazine. Which is where I had the article about Brian last month. His wife Pixie, she made the patches. So we got pins anyway. You got a pin, you put that on your vest. If I would have realized, I would have definitely tried to save you one, but I know it was a joke. Anyway. Yeah, so definitely did pretty good on Saturday. Got $765, and that's all going to go to charities Brian was either helped by or really supported in his life. So it's going to go to places like the ACLU, to the Food Bank of New York, just places like that. So, and we'll have some pins left over. We'll have those at probably upcoming shows. But people kept asking about the wristbands. I had at least 2 people ask me, hey, that wristband, that's your band, right? Yeah. Are you selling those? No, but maybe. So maybe we'll have Living Braindead wristbands to sell soon if there's interest there. I know hockey jerseys have come up in conversation. They are expensive to make. So I think my ThinkSoJoE show one was probably cost me like $60 just in materials alone. So we would have to sell them for like 75 at the minimum, which is the hard part, which is why we have hoodies, but you can only order them on the website because we make them on demand. So we don't have to have a stock of hoodies, and we don't have to, spend all that money up front. And that's how we're able to save money. We got to get out of here, man. The timer just ran out. So, he'd pay like $200. The logo is epic. It's definitely something we'll talk about some more. We do got to get out of here though. This is the last song of the day, and
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for hanging out and sitting in the chair and looking pretty on camera for most of the show, and occasionally chiming in. I love you, man. Thank you so much for being here. Hearts and Hand Grenades, they're playing 9:30 at the Rail Barn stage this Saturday at Music is Art. If you're looking for me throughout Music is Art, I'm not hard to find. I'll be the only dude wearing a 49ers hat, I'm sure. I will definitely be at Green Jello at 10:15 at the sideshow stage. This is Hearts and Hand Grenades. This song's called Beautiful Pain on All WNY ThinkSoJoE Show. We'll see you guys next week. Well, I will. Maybe he will. I don't know. We'll see. See you next week.